guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Rebecca and I'm a stay-at-home mom and an online reseller. I have not been doing a whole lot of reselling lately, except taking photos, but I'm doing a whole lot of momming. So this video is going to be my 37-week pregnancy update for baby number 3, and it's going to be my last pregnancy update, no matter when I end up going into labor at this point. And I'm sorry, my voice is awful because I am sick, kind of. I'm trying to get over like a sinus cold, but I'll talk about all of that here in just a second. You will also notice that I am once again in my car because this is the time that I have to record some of these quick videos for you guys. And I know the sun's doing something weird. It's giving me like a light mustache on my face and doing stuff, but I don't have a lot of options right now. So this is what we're just going to have to deal with. So I think my last update I talked about, I feel like I was around like 32 weeks, so probably around a month ago. And at that point, I had been diagnosed with a Placenta Previa, and they said I'd have to have a scheduled C-section. So that C-section is scheduled for tomorrow, or it was. But today is Halloween also, so just to give you a time frame reference, I had an updated ultrasound last week on Thursday when I was 36 weeks and 2 days to check on the placenta, and we checked on it and it has moved. So it has moved enough that I am no longer in need of a C-section at this point. It's still considered low-lying, but there's no need to do any kind of interventions at this point, and I'm allowed and able to go into labor naturally, which is great. I'm very grateful to not need a C-section. It's a little bit bittersweet because we had everything planned and now everything's changed again, and I'm very much a planner, so that part has been really hard for me to, like, the whole pregnancy basically being like, okay, we're gonna do like a unmedicated birth like I did with my last child, and then be like, oh, you have Placenta Previa, and then we check on it, okay, you're gonna need a C-section. We're like, all right, I had to get my mind in the right space for that, and now it has changed again, which is good, but now I have to change my plans again. So that's kind of a bummer, I guess. And also, I'm not gonna lie, like, I'm 37 weeks today, and you can probably hear I'm really short of breath too. I'm tired, and honestly, I'm kind of just done with this pregnancy. So I am a little bummed to have to stay pregnant longer, but I know it's what's best for the baby, and obviously I would rather stay pregnant longer and not have to have a C-section. Wow, this lighting is just really horrible. I am so sorry. It is so unflattering, but it's just the way my car is positioned right now. So, all right, let's talk about then how things have been going. It's been pretty rough. So beginning of October, I got sick and ended up finding out I had COVID. No one in my household has had COVID ever. So this was our first run-in with COVID. It was not fun. I got sick, my husband got sick. Our second child only had a fever for like one night, and that was all she got. And our oldest, nothing ever happened to him. So I don't know what that was about, but I literally got sick like 4 days before I was scheduled to get my COVID booster. So can't get my COVID booster now for like 3 months. And yeah, that was just not fun. So especially with being pregnant, there's not like a whole lot that I can take to manage the symptoms. Just mostly like Tylenol. That was mostly it. So that was pretty rough for a while. I also lost my sense of taste and smell, which wasn't great. I noticed it because I was like, oh, I can't smell my daughter's like dirty diapers anymore. And while that's like good, at the same time, I was also like, oh no, like how's that gonna work with a newborn? Oh, I kind of want to be able to smell their dirty diapers so I can change her, but that has come back. So I've gotten my taste and smell back just like within the last week. So that's good, I guess. But I had a pretty bad cough, which, being super pregnant, a cough is not great to have because then I can't take cough medicine, and my cough was causing me to like have some leaks every time I would cough because, once again, heavily pregnant, and it's my third pregnancy, so pelvic floor isn't in like the greatest shape. that was not enjoyable. So that has gone away. But basically, as soon as I came out of that cough, I went straight into this like sinus infection. And I went and did see the doctor this past weekend because usually my sinus infections start to clear up by now. And everyone in my house is also like really snotty and stuff. And it's just been rough. Like, I can't breathe through my nose. They told me I can use like normal saline spray. That's pretty much it. So I just can't like stay healthy at this point. I'm also glad though that like I'm not having the C-section while sick, because I don't really want to go into newborn life feeling sick. That would not be fun. So I'm really just hoping I can kick all these symptoms before I go into labor, and I can like feel stronger going into labor instead of being like I can already not breathe through my nose. So yeah, that's what we're dealing with right now. And man, the whole thing with the C-section though was just really frustrating because they didn't even tell me until this morning basically that it was officially canceled. I mean, I was already at the point where I was told it wasn't indicated, I'm not coming in for it. But it wasn't until this morning that it was like officially canceled and removed from my charts and everything. So they just, I don't know, the communication between maternal fetal medicine, where I was going for the ultrasound, and my regular OB's office was just horrible. They were not communicating well. And when I talked to my OB office yesterday, they're like, we haven't even gotten anything from MFM. And I'm like, I saw them on Thursday and they didn't send anything over. Like, I don't know. It was a mess. But other than that, I mean, baby's doing great. She last week was measuring a week ahead. When I went in at 36 plus 2, they said she was measuring at 37 plus 1. Today I'm 37 weeks, and they said my fundal height was measuring at 37 weeks. So she's measuring somewhere between right on track and maybe a week ahead. She feels huge. At this point, I just feel like, how could I possibly get bigger? And I feel like every pregnant woman goes through that, and then you do get bigger. So I can't imagine she's going to put on too much more weight, maybe like another pound. I have been putting on more weight though. I think today I'm now up to 171, which is the most I've ever weighed in my life, which I say this in every video. I don't care particularly like what I weigh when I'm pregnant, as long as I'm not like sitting on the couch and just shoving chocolate cake in my face. Like, I'm not doing that. I'm just eating normally and gaining the weight. But there's always that little bit that's like, oh, I've never weighed that much. And you know, you never want to see a new number as far as that goes. But that puts me at a, was it like a 37 pound weight gain, I think, this pregnancy. So definitely the most I've ever gained in a pregnancy, but also wasn't active because I had the Placenta Previa, SPD. SPD is still kind of there, but I'm also having a lot more hip pain and back pain, probably just because it's towards the end. She's so much bigger. So I'm still going to the chiropractor for that, and just trying to stay as aligned as I can from going to the chiropractor, which now I need to schedule more appointments because we didn't schedule anymore since we thought that I was having a C-section. So that's the hardest thing that's been going on, is just trying to like replan everything. So like, I had never even packed my hospital bag, really. I packed some things, and now I'm like, well, now I have to readjust it already because like, I'm not going to be in the hospital. I mean, ideally I won't be in the hospital as long as I would if I were going to have a C-section, and different clothing options, things like that. But as far as like the labor, they said that there's really nothing different that I'll have to do, except they do definitely want me to get a saline lock, which I didn't do last time. And I also plan to do that this time anyway, because I did hemorrhage after my last birth. So they had a lot of trouble getting a line on me because I did not have a saline lock. So I already planned to get that this time, and they said that's something they would want to do. I'm delivering at the same hospital that I did last time, and it's the same one we planned to do with the C-section as well. But they have some different options now for like pain management. My last pregnancy I did do completely unmedicated. I am hoping to do the same this time, but I still like to know my options. So I really want to avoid an epidural because I had one of those my first pregnancy. It didn't go great. Like, it worked, but I didn't love the effects of it and everything. So I wanted to have the option of nitrous oxide with my last one, but that was 2021, so we were still in COVID, and it wasn't an option because, you know, it's airborne. So they said that is now available again, and they've also added like inflatable birthing tubs, essentially, or pools, that you're not supposed to birth in, but you can labor in. So that's nice that that's an option. I might try that this time around, depending on like how everything's going. Usually I like to be like kind of up and moving. I haven't really tried using water. Like, I've never been in any body of water while pregnant, like a pool or anything. It's just not something that we have like easily available to us. But I'm definitely keeping my eyes open and options open with that. I did get in the shower last time, but I was in there for like a minute or two, and then my water broke and she crowned and was born like 10 minutes later. So I didn't really get to use it. Maybe it relaxed me enough for my water to break. I'm not sure. But yeah, so we're basically just on baby watch for like the next month, essentially, because I don't think they'll let me, and I don't want to go past 41 weeks. I mean, I really hope she comes in the next week or two because I'm just so tired. I'm just kind of done. I'm so beat with all these like illnesses that I've been getting and stuff. It's taking such a toll on me. I had several nights in a row where I was only getting like 3 hours of sleep because of the cold and everything, and just like that insomnia is so hard right now. It's getting better right now, so I'm getting a little bit more sleep. I think maybe I'm up to like 6 hours now, but you know, getting up to go to the bathroom every like 2 hours or so, even in the middle of the night, that's still not fun. I'm actually sleeping in the nursery right now because we have a recliner in there, and that's where I've been sleeping because I need to be so elevated. I can't like lay in my bed at night, and my husband said because of my cold I'm like snoring basically, and then it wakes him up. So until this head cold it clears, at least I'm sleeping in the recliner in the nursery, and actually it's been pretty comfortable, and I feel like I've been sleeping better in there anyway, so I'm not too mad about that. But yeah, the not being able to breathe while sleeping thing is definitely difficult. I'm definitely getting like this really horrible hormonal acne all over my chin. Like, you can probably see it because I can't even like cover it up. It's so bad. That's just been the last couple weeks too, so I just feel like this pregnancy is kind of beating me up, especially here at the end. But I do think we're pretty much ready. I still want to record a lot of videos for you guys. I still want to do a nursery tour, hospital bag video. I want to do a tour of my older kids' room, and I want to do like a mom van tour kind of thing. So I haven't gotten to do any of those yet. I'm still hoping to record those at some point. And who knows, like by the time you're seeing this video, I might have already had the baby. And if I did, then you will see that over on Instagram probably. And at some point I will do like a birth story video and all that. So if you're not following me on Instagram, go over to at TheCozyShire. That's where I'm at on Instagram. And if you follow me there, then I'm sure I will post an announcement once she is here. I feel like I can't even talk, and my brain is just fog. So yeah, I think that's kind of it as far as like the update. There hasn't been a lot going on, I guess. It's just like trying to chug along and keep I'm trying to keep busy. I mean, I still have a lot of stuff I want to get done at home. Who knows if it's gonna get done at this point. We did secure a postpartum doula, so that's nice, but we don't really know exactly who's going to be available because we don't know when this baby's going to come. So, and I was originally due, my due date's the 21st of November, so she could be a Thanksgiving baby. If she's born 2 days after my due date, like my second daughter was, or my second child, then she will be born on Thanksgiving. So that's a possibility as well. I still have a bunch of preemie clothes, but at this rate, they already said they think she's measuring like 6 pounds 11 ounces as of last week. So if we make it another week to 38 weeks, I think I'm probably going to pack those preemie clothes away because I don't think she's going to fit in them. My other two fit in newborn just fine, and I can't imagine that she's going to be smaller. It sounds like she's bigger than them. So we'll see, but I don't think she's gonna be in preemie clothes at this point. I'm sure there's like a whole bunch of stuff I'm just like forgetting and that my brain's just not working. So if you have questions, by all means, go ahead and ask them. I have no problem answering any questions. I'm pretty much an open book. I do need to like make my birth plan. So if you have questions in relation to that, you can just ask them below in the comment section and I'll get back to you. But yeah, I just feel like maybe I'm more relaxed this time since it's the third time, to kind of just like, let's just go in and do our thing. But I don't know, at the same time I also feel like I'm forgetting stuff. But since I'm in the car, I'll still try to show you my bump. It just feels huge, and like I said, today's Halloween, so I have a special Halloween shirt on, so I'll show you that. So here's my Halloween shirt. Nice little skeleton, baby skeleton. And then just a big old baby bump. Feels huge. She is head down, she's very low. She usually has her head either right on my cervix or right on my bladder, and I can always feel her butt like poking up, and just whatever limbs she's flailing around in there, she's very much like poking me a lot. It's very uncomfortable. So I feel like she's strong and ready to come out. But yeah, that's pretty much all I've got for you guys. So if you enjoyed this update, let me know by hitting the thumbs up button and subscribing if you'd like to come back for hopefully all those other videos I'm going to get done in time. And of course for the birth story and like baby announcement, all those things. I'd love to have you come back. I'd love to have you as a follower over on Instagram. And someday we will get back into reselling. I am still reselling. It's just really, really slow right now. Because of all the baby stuff going on. So if you're more into the reselling side of things, that stuff should return at some point. I just don't know when that's going to be. I'm sure it'll be sometime in the new year. But yeah, let me know if you have any questions, and I will see you guys in the next one.